Hello everyone, I'm Dr.Madhav from STEM Medica India, based in India in various cities, metro cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai. We providing stem cell therapy for various diseases. Today we are talking about basic of stem cells, their application in various diseases, the research carried out and the implications. So let's start with first from regeneration. So actually what is the regeneration? This is the quote from Prometheus. He was explained the regeneration, it is the reactivation of developmental processes to restore missing or damaged tissue. What are stem cells? The discovery of stem cell has led to a revolution in modern medicine. Stem cells are the basic cells of our bodies which can develop and differentiate in any type of cells. These stem cells migrate to injured areas within the body and get transplanted and transform themselves into new tissue cells that replace the damaged ones. Exceptions are nerve cells, muscle cells and blood cells which cannot multiply themselves and have limited lifespan. Chief sources of stem cells. Here are the sources of stem cells: placenta, then embryo, bone marrow, adipose tissue. What is stem cell? A single cell that can replicate itself or differentiate into many cell types like muscle, the neuron, heart cells. Types of stem cells. Stem cells can be acquired from three main sources. Adult stem cells. It involves use of stem cell derived from bone marrow, peripheral blood and some tissues. Embryonic stem cells. These cells are derived from inner cell mass of blastocyst. They fertilize and divide into different cells. Human umbilical cord. Human umbilical cord stem cells are derived from bottom jelly of umbilical cord. These cells are having fetal characteristics and do not possess surface antigen. Hence, they do not induce graft versus host rejection phenomenon. When can we use stem cells? And in which diseases we can use? That is cerebral palsy, diabetes mellitus, type 1, type 2, mental retardation, autism, Alzheimer's, multiple sclerosis, stroke, transverse myelitis, paraplegia after spinal injuries, Parkinson's disease. Application of stem cells: limb amputations, spinal cord injury, burns, neurological disorders, heart diseases, diabetes. Material methods for stem cell therapy. What investigations one must do before admitting patient? That complete neurological evaluation, complete psychological evaluation, sometimes IQ testing, medical fitness by physician or pediatrician, including ECG, 2D echo, or blood test, etc. Hematological and other investigations, HIV and hepatitis, sometimes MRI in case of stroke, neurological disorders, PET scan of brain to evaluate and clear there should not be any malignancy or metastasis. Procedure: collection of bone marrow from posterior iliac. We already discussed there are many sources of stem cells collection. So one of them is bone marrow stem cells. So how we should collect bone marrow? We can collect a bone marrow from posterior iliac crest or anterior iliac crest base in hip bone. So we have to just insert the needle at a proper location, then collecting the sample in a anticoagulant solution, anticoagulant tubes. This is the procedure. Pictures of stem cell aspiration, bone marrow processing. After collection of bone marrow, how we are going to process for stem cell isolation? Separation of bone marrow MNC first, that is density gradient method. We using 5-col-PEG like material to separate the MNC. Then we check the quality, the number of viable cells by cell counter, stem cell counting, stem cell vitality measurement, and then cryopreservation, culturing to get specific cells, for example mesenchymal cells, hematopoietic stem cells. These are the pictures. Then we culture these stem cells and prepare these cells, differentiate them by providing specific growth factor culture media, and these cells could be differentiated into blood cells for leukemia, chemotherapy, nerve cells for Parkinson's, Alzheimer's disease or other neurological disorders, heart muscle cells for heart diseases, pancreatic islet cells for diabetes, stem cell transplantation. We can do a stem cell transplantation by injecting through various routes like intralesional